Hey guys, my name's Sarah. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about bronzing, contouring and highlighting and what products you can use and where to place it. So these are our highlighting products. There's several others that you could use, but these are just a few that I've pulled out. So I've got in our concealer, which is our white concealer, and our light concealer, which I tend to use under my eye. I've also got Pearlizer, which is an incredible glowy foundation that you can use. I don't use it all over. I like to use it just in my highlighting areas, but you could put this under your foundation to have that beautiful dewy glow all over. Or a few of our eyeshadow products which you can use to highlight the face as well. So I've got Pink Opal Shimmer, one of our new limited editions Buttercup Shimmer, Whisper Pink and Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. So there are lots of other products that you could use, and you could mix them together to get your perfect shade that you want to use for a highlight. So there are highlighting products. A few products you could use for contouring or bronzing, which this is my favorite. This is our tinted moisturizer in the shade Deep. It is the perfect shade because it's a neutral tone, so it suits everybody's skin tone. Or you could go one of our blushes in bronze. Or we've got so many different foundations in a darker shade. Let me show you how many we got. So these are just our tester size that we have, but we have all these different toned browns that you could use to contour and bronze up your face. So the rule of thumb is to use a shade that is 5 shades darker. So 5 shades or 3 shades, now I can't remember, but 3 to 5 shades darker than your foundation color. So this is what I have on at the moment. I am just using our tinted moisturizer in light to medium, and you can see that it's quite a bit darker, but it blends like a dream, and that's why I like to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use it. Now, I do not have any bronzing on at the moment. I did just film this look for another video that I've had to record, but I'm going to show you how to bronze up the face. Now, I have never done it once I've got all this makeup on, so we'll see how it goes together. So what I like to do when I use the Deep Tinted Moisturizer is I take a small brush. So this is just a smaller brush, and it's quite dense, so it's not super fluffy, but it's just easy to get it right in that hollow of the cheek there. Now, when applying bronzer or contouring your face, you do not want to come past the corner of your eye. So you don't want to bring it right down to here, because then your face is going to look very skeleton look. So you want to bring your bronzer just to about here, and you want to take it up in an angle like that, because we want our face everything to be pulling up to make it look like we're lifted and we're a lot thinner in the face is the goal to bronzing and contouring. So that's where you're going to apply it on your cheek. Now, depending on your face shape is to how much you will apply around the rest of your face. So the post that you've seen before this video would have shown you what areas to bronze and highlight for your face shape. So if you're unsure, you can even Google it, and I'm sure you'll get 1,000 different images pop up to help you. So I like to squeeze out a small amount, just like that. That's probably a little bit more than I usually use, but we'll make it work. And then I like to blend it into my brush. So you could always squeeze this onto a palette and then blend it into your brush, or you can just use the nozzle like me. So I make sure it's nice and blended. And then we are going to drag it in an upwards motion. Now, when I come back down, I'm not actually touching my face. I'm kind of lifting the brush a little bit. And we're going to take this one on this side. So start out slow. And then we are going to bronze up the forehead. So I take it all over, because I got quite a round face, so I like to so the idea is the goal that everyone strives for is an oval shaped face, is what I've learned in a lot of the makeup trainings that I've been to, is that's what people want, is an oval shape. I didn't know that. I do now, and now do you. And then you're going to bronze around your jawline to give you're creating shadows because you want your face to appear thinner in these areas. So that's the brush that I've applied with, and now we're going to blend it out. So I use a fluffier brush to blend it, and always in an upwards motion. And see how easy that is to blend? Like, it's pretty much blended when it goes on the first time. And blend that right up into the hairline. Now if you find you go a bit dark on your forehead, it's easy to fix. Let me show you. And make sure you're blending that jawline as well. So see how that's just given my face a bit more warmth, and it's giving me more of a slender cheek. So make sure it's blended. Now if you find you do go a bit too heavy in areas, take your foundation brush or beauty blender, whatever you use, and blend that area. And that is how easy it is to bronze using a tinted moisturizer. Now our other products are just as easy. They are probably a little more pigmented unless you're using a foundation, but I find because this is a neutral tone, it just blends just beautifully to your skin tone. So this is my favorite product. So that was the deep tinted moisturizer. Now we're going to go in with a highlight. So I do have blush on already, so I'm not going to bother with blush, but we're going to do highlighting under the eye area. Now I'm only going to go in with this a little bit because I have already done this, but I wanted to show you the two products that I like to use for under the eye, which is a white concealer and a light concealer. Now you can mix white in with your foundation, works just fine. It's what I had already done today. But using the two concealers, it's a thicker coverage, and it just, normally when you're concealing, you're wanting to cover up something, so it's just going to be a better product to cover up anything. I mix the two products together on my fingers, and then you're going to apply it in like a U shape around your eyes. And then you can put some onto your forehead, Cupid's bow, and on your chin, and they're the areas that you want to highlight. So once I've put that on, I take a buffing brush, and then I just blend that in as much as I can with this brush, and then I'm going to go in with my foundation brush to really blend out those lines. And this just makes you look more awake. And if you do have dark circles, you want to color correct them first before you go in with your white concealer. So to color correct blue dark circles, you're going to use an orange. Sounds crazy, but it really works. So that is highlighting under the eyes. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that I like to do to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. Now my favorite product is this Whisper Pink here. Let me show you on my hand. So this is Whisper Pink. It's quite a light color, but it's not as white as our white eyeshadow, which is called Snow. I take a little bit on my brush. Well, way too much on my brush. I just cleaned my brush up, and we'll blend this out. And I'm just going to do one eye so you can see the difference. How's the difference that makes? Look how much more open my eye looks. Let's go on to the other side. You can probably hear my kids in the background. It is near impossible to film a video without them screaming. A video I did earlier, it sounded like my daughter was being murdered. So it makes for real life though, doesn't it? Like, kids, they just don't know how to stay quiet. So that is brightening up the inner corner. Done. Now what's left is highlighting. So I'm going to swatch on my hand so you can see these. This is the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. This is a really pretty eyeshadow to have on your eyes. It is really pretty to do a cut crease with, or like a halo effect. That is it there. How shiny is that? So you could use this on your top of your cheekbones to highlight that area. I'm going to show you the other ones we've got. We've got our new Buttercup Shimmer. That is the Buttercup Shimmer there, this one here. Isn't that incredible? You got Pink Opal Shimmer. This is one of my favorites. The Pink Opal Shimmer, isn't that pretty? Love it. And then I'm going to show you the Pearlizer as well. So this does come in quite a large bottle. This has actually lasted me nearly 3 years. It's huge. Massive. So it comes in a pump. So I've just put a little bit on my hand there, and I'm just going to blend that out so you can see the shimmer. So this comes in anti-aging or original, and just the difference is this one, the anti-aging is more cool toned. Excuse me for a minute. So yes, this is the original, which is more cool toned, and then this is the anti-aging, this is cool toned, and we do have one which is original, and let me show you, and it's just slightly more warm tone. Yeah, this one here. So they are very similar, and it is hard to see the difference when you do have it on. Like, it doesn't make a huge difference, but can you see how this one's just a little bit more warmer and that one's a bit more cooler? You can see them more when they're side by side in their bottles. So this is the original, that's the anti-aging, so it's just a bit cooler. Doesn't make a huge difference. If you are warm toned, you can still use the cooler one, and vice versa. So I think today I might go, because I do have a bit of a pink lip on, I might go the Pink Opal Shimmer. Or we'll do one each. We'll do Pink Opal Shimmer here and then Pearlizer on this side, which is, Pearlizer is what I use nearly every single day. So I do the same with my bottle. I squeeze a bit out, work it into my brush, because it just applies a little easier. It's already blended, so you're kind of cheating. And then I apply it to my cheekbone and just take it a little bit up. So I apply with the tip of the brush, and then I use the side to blend it. How's that glow? Incredible. All right, so let's go on to our other side of our face using, we'll use Pink Opal Shimmer. Okay, so I'm just going to work it into my brush. And then we're going to apply that to the cheekbone. Can you see that glow? Pretty, huh? Now you can also apply it to your Cupid's bow to give you a fuller pouty look, and I'll grab a brush and I'll do that. I'll use the Pearlizer to do that with. You apply a shimmer to your Cupid's bow. It's a lot easier to do this when you haven't done your lipstick, but it just makes your lip stand out that little bit. Oh, see? And that is a highlighting and contouring / bronzing. I kind of think it's the same thing. You could do your nose. I don't hate the shape of my nose, so I leave my nose alone. But if you wanted to make it thinner, you would run some brown down here. And if you had a really long tip, you would use a little bit at the end and then just blend it out. And then I would go with foundation over the top of that. I don't do foundation over the top of this bronzing because it's so light and natural that I don't need to. But if you're wanting to change the shape of something, I would do it under your foundation. So that's a little bit of information from me. If you want to have a quick look, like this is the eyeshadow and it is completely smudge proof. Look at that. It's completely set. That's how amazing it is. Any questions, let me know. Bye.